Hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. In this video, I'm going to share the pros and cons of retiring single. If you're one of the millions of pre-retirees that's heading into retirement single, you are not alone. Retiring as a single person is not something most of us planned on. But almost a third of men and half of women over age 65 are widowed, divorced, or never married. Single retirees are a growing population. While two-income households have some advantages, plenty of single people are able to retire comfortably and happily. While some people might dread the idea of retiring without a partner, others are empowered by it. Being single has its challenges as well as its blessings. As a single retiree, you face special considerations for everything from saving enough to planning for incapacity. Here are some of the pros. Lots of single people thoroughly enjoy their lives, with no regrets of not being in a relationship. Without a partner, you have complete freedom of choice. Some people might even envy your lifestyle, viewing it as a dream retirement. You might travel frequently or enjoy going out with friends. The point is, you can do whatever you want without having to compromise. I do really enjoy this part of it. There may be less income each month being single, but at least you have more control over what you do with that money. You are fully in control of your financial and personal goals when you're single. Unlike married people, you don't need to compromise or sacrifice. That makes setting goals a lot easier. This includes short-term goals like traveling or buying a car, and long-term goals like buying a house or retiring. Your priorities are totally up to you. Money is one of the biggest causes of conflict between couples. When you're single, it's 100% up to you how much you spend or save.
Yay!
Buying big items doesn't require permission. Buying spendy items in a relationship at least requires a discussion. Single people, on the other hand, can spend part of their savings or take out a loan for an expensive purchase. It's your life and your money you're spending. Being single, you get to make decisions on what you want. Total freedom. There may be income tax breaks. Single earners pay less in taxes. Marriage has its advantages and disadvantages when it comes to income taxes. When you're married, it's possible to file a joint or separate income tax return. But that doesn't mean your combined tax bill will be lower. If you both earn money and file jointly, you may be pushed into a higher tax bracket. The thing about being single, whatever you want to do, you can. In retirement, you won't have to deal with a spouse who has difficult relatives, opposing views, and unrealistic expectations. Just to name a few. Now here are some of the cons.
Aww.
One thing terrifying to some people is growing old alone. The quality of your social connections is key to living a happier, more fulfilled life. You'll need to compensate by deepening and broadening your friendships and relationships. Another option is having a pet. Pets have been known to keep you healthier because you take them for walks. They can also prevent depression and lower stress. I can't wait to get a fur baby when I retire. The cost of basic expenses will be higher. If you don't have a partner, you'll have to pay 100% of the bills by yourself. This includes everything from keeping the lights on, paying a mortgage, groceries, and everything else. For example, married people usually only pay one mortgage. They pay one garbage bill, one water bill, one electric bill, one cable bill, one internet bill. You get the idea. while two single people living separately will each have to pay those bills. I read that in the U.S. on average, a single person pays about $48,000 a year, with $18,000 spent on housing. The average married couple spends $76,000 a year, with $25,000 spent on housing. That equals $12,500 for each of them. So married couples who live together spend around $5,500 less a year on housing than single people. Insurance could actually cost more. If you're married, you might save money on your insurance premiums, and you may have more choices in your coverage, depending on your policy. For health insurance, a family policy could be a better deal if you already have separate policies either through your work or independently. For auto and homeowners insurance, it's usually possible to bundle homeowners, car, and other policies as a married couple, reducing your premiums. Here are some other things to consider. As a single retiree, it's important to designate someone who can make healthcare or financial decisions for you if you're unable to. This means if you become ill or incapacitated, you have someone to carry out your wishes for you. Normally, people choose close friends or family for their healthcare proxy. The person you designate as your executor does not also have to be your healthcare proxy, but the executor should at least know who the healthcare proxy is and where the documentation is located. I have my oldest son listed as my executor, and my daughter is listed as my healthcare proxy. I found an online will template that I did myself. I mentioned this in my very first video, but I'm going to put a link below again in case you're interested. Single retirees who have never been married and have no adult children to care for them in their later years need to be intentional about building a support network. Also, if you haven't done so yet, be sure to designate beneficiaries on your retirement accounts. To protect your future as a single person, you must create a sound budget and financial plan. When you only have one income, you're the one who has to deal with all the bills, inflation, and the possibility of a market crash. Retiring single has its advantages and disadvantages. While you have the luxury of doing what you want with no restrictions, you don't have that partner there for emergencies. Plan for that by staying close with family and friends. Let them know your wishes for an emergency. The ultimate goal is to live a life you love on your own terms, live your retirement dream, and focus on what matters most, family and friends. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like, and if you're interested in early retirement, consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Don't wait for someone to bring you flowers. Plant your own garden. Hope to see you again soon.